What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and welcome to another episode of Versus. Today, we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare Remastered again, because as of right now, I still don't have the weapon stats for Infinite Warfare. I should have them soon, it's just I don't quite have them yet. As soon as I get them, I will be uploading many videos of Versus and how good it is for Infinite Warfare. That should be coming probably either this week or early next week, but we should have the weapon stats very, very soon. Speaking of which, this video right here is going to show exactly how weapon balance has changed from Call of Duty 4 to present day Call of Duty, because this is going to be one of the strangest episodes of Versus you have ever seen. Today we're going to be looking at two SMGs. First of all, the world famous MP5. So many people love this gun from Call of Duty 4, me being included, versus the AK-74u, which oddly a lot of people really like this weapon as well. Now, this is going to be weird because the way the stats just pan out for both of these weapons, it's just going to be odd, and I don't think we've ever had a Versus episode quite like this one. So you'll see what I mean by the time the video's over, but once we get through all the stats, I'll kind of fill you in on what I meant by how weird this is. First thing we're going to look at for both weapons is the damage and range. The reason why we're looking at both at the same time is because both are exactly the same. So for both weapons, you're going to deal 40 damage up close, 30 at mid-range, and 20 at long range. This equates to a 3 to a 5 bullet kill. You will deal 3 damage up till about 21 meters, 4 damage up till about 23, and 5 damage every range after that. So after 23 meters in game, you'll be dealing about 5 damage per bullet. But just as a reminder, this is really good. Like, this is really, really good for both weapons, because if we look at Black Ops 3, some of the SMGs didn't even have 3 bullets to kill. So it just shows you how quick the time to kill really is in Modern Warfare Remastered. Now, moving on, we can look at a couple other things. So with both weapons, you're going to have the same magazine size at 30 rounds, and you're going to start with a total of 90 bullets for both weapons. Now, the part where stats start being different is for movement speed, and this is really odd, because for most weapons in every single class, the class of weapons have the same movement speed. The one exception for this is the AK-74u. Why, you ask? Well, the AK-74u is very odd in the case that with the movement speed, you're going to be normally moving at 95% speed without aiming down sights, and when aiming down sights, you're going to be moving at 76% movement speed. Normally for SMGs, you move at 100% movement speed and 80 while aiming down sights. Why it's like this for the 74u, I'm not sure. It might be because they want it to feel like a heavier weapon, but in this case, you have to move slower with the 74u, and to me, that's a massive negative for the weapon. So for that, the MP5 is going to get +1 point and take the lead. After this, we can look at the rate of fire, for which both weapons have a rate of fire of 800 RPM, and if you're going to use double tap, 1071 RPM. So both of them the exact same in both cases. Another instance where the MP5 has a little bit of a leg up is the reload speed. So the reload speed with the MP5 is 2.33 seconds with a bullet still in the magazine, and 3.3 seconds with an empty magazine. Whereas the AK, you have a 2.5 second reload speed with bullets still in the magazine, and a 3.25 seconds with an empty magazine. For me, it's much more important to have a faster reload speed with bullets still in the magazine, because that's when I'm going to be reloading most of the time, and that's the case for the MP5. So for that, the MP5 is going to get +1 point. Another really odd stat for the AK is the idle sway. So for almost every single SMG, they have next to no idle sway. There's just none there. It's very easy to aim with SMGs, except for the AK. The AK has actually a really, really high amount of idle sway. In fact, it has the exact same amount of idle sway as the M40 sniper rifle, which is just extremely, extremely odd. This weapon has a ton of idle sway, and every other SMG has next to none. So for some reason, it just has that really shitty stat. So the MP5 is going to get +1 point for that and extend the lead. The next stat we have to look at here is the sprint out time, and this one's really interesting because SMGs actually have the same sprint out time in this game as all assault rifles at 0.3 seconds. They're both the exact same, so obviously the MP5 and the AK-74u are going to be the exact same in this case. Whereas when we look at aim down sights time, the aim down sights time for assault rifles is normally 0.25 seconds, whereas SMGs is 0.2 seconds. So you'd expect the MP5 and the 74u to have the same thing at 0.2 seconds. However, that's not true. The only SMG with a longer aim down sights time is actually the 74u at 0.25 seconds, the same as all the assault rifles, which is really, really odd. But again, that's another stat better for the MP5, and for that, it's going to get +1 point and have a really, really large lead. So the only thing, and the only thing at all that I can give out to the 74u is the fact that it has medium penetration. Not high penetration, but not low penetration. Every other SMG in the game has low penetration, whereas the 74u has medium penetration. So I guess it gets 1 point for that. So why at the beginning of this video did I say it was going to be a very odd episode of Versus? Because the AK-74u has really nothing to compare with the MP5. It's really not even close. And it's interesting that these two weapons are compared so evenly. And I think the reason is because they both have the same damage profile and rate of fire, which means that they have the same time to kill. But the other stats are really blown out of the water by the MP5. It's just all around a better gun, unless penetration is really, really important to you. So the one other thing I will say is you would have thought that with these stats, the view kick would technically be better for the 74u, and number-wise it is, but in reality it's not, because the numbers of the recoil really do support the 74u for being better. However, the MP5 has a better center speed, which in reality makes it so it's actually easier to handle the recoil. So in reality it actually has better recoil, but as always I never really use that as a stat because that comes down to personal preference, and I try to take that out of these videos. Now, like I said, this is very odd because the MP5 really does blow the 74u out of the water just with pure stats, like better movement speed, better aim down sights time, better reload speed, less idle sway. It's really odd how many stats are actually better for the MP5 when a lot of people consider these weapons to be even. But like I said, the only saving grace for the 74u is that it has medium penetration. So there's that. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. When I was originally going to be doing this video, I thought it was going to be way closer, but like I said, you can let me know down in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I actually enjoy using both of these weapons. I really do. I have a class set up for both of these weapons. However, it's very clear that the MP5 is a better weapon. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you do. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Check out my Twitch, Twitter, and Let's Play channel down in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, peace out.